Well, welcome back, guys. So, this is our fourth installment of our show, the NCAA Gridiron and Leadership. And we were talking about 12 gridiron coaches or giants and the leadership lessons from college football for the business world. Today, we're talking about Dabo Swinney, the family builder. His team is the Clemson Tigers. The previous weeks, who did we talk about? So far we've talked about, in the first week, we talked about Nick Saban, the master of the process. He has mastered his process. He's the Alabama coach. We then talked about Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. He's the brand revitalizer. And then our third week, we talked about Urban Meyer, the turnaround artist. I want to remind you again that this is a limited series podcast. Limited because we are only covering the 12 coaches on this. I'm trying to do something a little different. It's a learning lesson on team sports, college primarily, and leadership. So Dabo Swinney, the family builder. His team is the Clemson Tigers again. Profile on him, we can say that he's risen from humble beginnings. His genuine passion and belief in a family atmosphere has really transformed the Clemson Tigers into a powerhouse. I watched a game last night against South Carolina where they won. His emphasis is on authenticity and relationship building. Really has fostered loyalty and dedication both on and off the field. So again, welcome back to our Gridiron Leadership series. Today, we're diving into an extraordinary journey of Dabo Swinney, a figure who's reshaped really Clemson's football and our understanding of what effective leadership looks like, both in and out of the sports arena. Now, Dabo is known for his unwavering faith. He often turns to his personal beliefs during challenging times, and he emphasizes personal reflection, accountability, and learning from mistakes when faced with controversies or failures. He's a staunch advocate for transparent communication, addressing issues head-on with his players and the media. Now, this leader, Dabo, I look forward to meeting him in person. I have never met him in person, but hey, I am a staunch believer in my faith as well. And I love a lot of the things that I researched on him and his leadership style. I found to be just right on point for a person like myself. He's known, again, for his unwavering faith. He often turns his personal beliefs during challenging times, turns to those. And I think that for many of us, that's maybe normal. But for him, to having that faith-based process is awesome. So Dabo rise from a player with humble beginnings to one of the most respected coaches in college football is a testament to his resilience, leadership, and commitment to excellence. His journey really offers us some valuable lessons in overcoming adversity, leading with heart, and nurturing talent on and off the field. His really journey has been so inspiring to me as I research him and look through the various coaches. This one here, I mean, each of them has some nugget that I can take away, but this one probably had more nuggets that I could take away. Especially him offering deep insights into his character and leadership style, or the whole research project into his character and leadership style was really phenomenal to me. I don't know if many football players kind of dive into the various coaches before they decide on which team to go with. I think of this as I think of where Culture Vibe is trying to match people to the right place for them to where their cultures can vibe, or they're trying to build on that culture because that's a direction they want to go in. I really, this one here, again, I was, guys, through this particular one and the research, it was heartfelt. So let's talk about the early life and challenges from these humble beginnings that Swinney grew up in Pelham, Alabama, and he faced significant challenge during his youth, including family issues and financial struggles. These early experiences really instilled in him a resilience and determination that would later define his coaching philosophy. Now, his collegiate playing career included, he was a walk-on at Alabama. He attended, again, the University of Alabama, earning a scholarship and becoming a 1992 national championship team member. His experience as a walk-on has been influential in his coaching career, as it's taught him the value of hard work, perseverance, and the importance of giving everyone a fair chance to prove themselves. And I thought that was fabulous when I found that particular nugget on him. Transitioning to coaching, starting as an assistant coach, Swinney began his coaching career as an assistant coach at Alabama. After his playing days, he served in various capacities, including wide receivers coach and showcasing really his ability to mentor and develop young players. So he started out, he was willing to start from humble beginnings, and this man has, throughout my research on him, he had those beginnings, and it just kept quiet and just worked until others noticed, and he got to where I don't know if that's really what he wanted to be, but he sure has become one of the best coaches in the NCAA. So let's talk about his rise at Clemson. So he joined Clemson coaching staff in 2003 and quickly made an impact. His head coach appointment occurred 5 years later in 2008, following the midseason departure of Tommy Bowden. Swinney was named interim head coach. His performance led to his permanent appointment to head coach. Now, building on the program, Clemson has become a national powerhouse under Swinney's leadership. He rebuilt the program with a focus on culture, character, and consistency, both on and off the field. I love that. Culture, character, and consistency. I think these are very important. Naturally, culture vibe is very important to me. Culture is very important. Character, consistency, all of these things are very important to many people on and off the field from a leadership perspective. So in Gridiron Leadership, we are going to now discuss his coaching style. He has a player-centered approach. Much like I do from a professional perspective, I have a student-centered approach to my teaching. Swinney is known for focusing on players' overall development, both on and off the field. He emphasizes building character and life skills alongside football skills. He really has a positive reinforcement through his coaching style because he's often marked by positivity and encouragement rather than harsh criticism. Some coaches do it through more of a military type of perspective way, slamming, bamming, yelling. This young man does it differently. He uses positive enforcement as a way, utilizing positive psychology to help his team. Adaptability. Swinney has shown a willingness to adapt his strategies and tactics to suit the strengths and weaknesses of his team. You get that, guys? The strengths and weaknesses of his team. Now, being that he is focusing on the strengths and weaknesses of his team, he's not necessarily focused on the weaknesses. He uses those strengths and plays to them and uses the weaknesses to put people around those weaknesses so that he can gain the best from them through the strengths of the team. Now, as far as his strengths, his recruitment is very strong. He excels in recruiting top talent, often fostering on the character and potential of the players as much as their athletic ability. Focusing rather, not fostering, but focusing on the characters and potential of the players as much as on their athletic ability. And I think that's fabulous. Deal with the people, holistic approach. He has successfully created a robust and positive team culture at Clemson, really emphasizing unity, respect, and a strong work ethic. From a motivational perspective, he is known for his ability to motivate and inspire his players, often leading them to exceed expectations. Now, those are his strengths: recruitment, team culture, and motivation. I see those as the top strength based on my research of him. And again, his coaching style is player-centric approach, positive reinforcement, and adaptability. And now, leadership approach. He's a visionary leader. He often articulates a clear vision for the program and sets high standards for that achievement. From an emotional intelligence perspective, he demonstrates high emotional intelligence, understanding and managing his emotions and those of his players effectively. Community involvement. He emphasizes giving back to the community, which I think is very positive, instilling a sense of responsibility in his players. And I love his leadership approach, the visionary, the emotional intelligence, and the community involvement. Now, how does this all impact and provide results for the Clemson Tigers? Let me first talk about his personal background and journey. Swinney's journey, including his rise as a player from one of college football's top coaches, offers us rich insights into his career, character, and leadership style. So really, his career at Clemson is really marked by winning titles and shaping well-rounded individuals who succeed both on the field and in life. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love this. They excel both on and off the field. Can you imagine dealing with somebody and that whole person from a leadership perspective in business? If you had somebody that's excelling both at the corporate company, as well as excelling outside of the company, I think is awesome, because I think the two help to blend strength to the other. And his winning games is about developing individuals at the core of everything, at the heart of everything. He's about developing the individuals. His focus on character building and personal growth really translate well beyond, again, the football field, offering a blueprint for leaders in any sector. Okay, so I did pull one of the top-ranked interviews by Jordan Thompson. He was a former Clemson wide receiver, and he said, "Coach Swinney taught me the value of authenticity. He always emphasized being true to oneself on and off the field. This lesson has been instrumental in my post-football career, allowing me to build genuine relationships in the corporate world and remain true to my principles." That is awesome. That is great. For one of your players to come back and say such a profound and strong message about their coach. Again, that leadership style he has, player focus, personal experiences really have shaped his player-centric approach. He emphasized personal development, academic achievement, and character building. Important. Again, he's known for his motivational skills. He inspires his players and staff with enthusiasm, positivity, and genuine care for their well-being. And his ability to adapt, again, to changing game strategies and embrace new ideas has really kept Clemson at the forefront of college football. So, national championships, let's talk about that. So there have been some major titles. I can't talk about the NCAA and one of the coaches without some title. We did one, but he was new on the scene. That was Sanders. So Clemson has clinched multiple national championships under Swinney's leadership. Notably, the team won the college football playoff national championship in both 2016 and 2018, establishing Clemson as a powerhouse in football. He's a consistent contender. They've been regular fixture in the college football playoffs beyond their championships, really consistently competing at the highest level under Swinney's guidance. I thought this was phenomenal because as a college professor, I often find that a lot of times individuals are not, we do have a low rate of graduation rates among players. But the thing that stuck out, one of the things that stuck out for me for Swinney is the mere fact that he places a strong emphasis on education and character development. Clemson has maintained impressive graduation rates for its players. This focus on academics ensures that players are prepared for life beyond football, a significant aspect of his coaching philosophy. Okay? That whole person development, I am so into whole person development and model of learning. That whole person development, his commitment to his players' education and personal growth is a testament to his holistic approach to coaching, prioritizing their success in all areas of life. The whole person model of learning, we first talked about, my research partner and I, Dr. Kyle Morton, we talked about the whole person model of learning, the whole person model of leadership. Is the whole person. We got to look at people as a whole, not just what they are in that moment, in that position, but what they are in that moment and position it's a combination of them in their entirety. And so for me, being a whole person, individual who focuses on the whole and not on just that micro level, but the macro level of the individual, that was significant finding this in my research. Players moving to their professional careers, the NFL draft picks, many players from Swinney's program have been drafted in the NFL. This includes high-profile names like Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, and T. Higgins. All have been drafted, and they were players on Clemson's team. Development into professionals. The transition of these players to professional careers really speaks to the level of training and development they receive under Swinney. His ability to nurture talent and prepare players for the rigors of professional football is a standard feature in his standout, really, in his coaching. Not a standard, but a standout in his coaching. And I think you have to look at that. If I had a young son now that was at that age and had been going through football, I would definitely take a look at all the coaches and seeing, I mean, even though you want to win championships and all, I think that's a bigger thing to really have a focus on too, is the coach, the style, and what they give to those players. So overall impact. I really believe that the program transformation at Clemson, based on what I researched and how he transformed it from a historically moderate program and to a national title contender since taking over as head coach, this change speaks really volumes about his leadership and coaching abilities. Now, that cultural shift that we had that had to have happened at the school for Clemson's football, he was just really instrumental in creating a positive and winning culture within the team, which is often cited as a critical factor of their consistent success. That whole culture process. Culture, guys, plays a huge role in so much of what we have going on in both organizations, businesses, college sports, NFL, whatever. If you got people more than one or two, you still got a cultural thing to kind of embrace and make sure that it is there. Without culture, people are going to do whatever they want to do. So if I compare Dabo Swinney's leadership style to leaders in the corporate world, I reveal several vital similarities. These parallels really highlight universal principles of effective leadership that really transcend the boundaries of sports and business. And so here are some notable similarities I found. For vision and goal setting, we know that Swinney is known for setting clear goals and strong vision for his team, focusing both on immediate wins and long-term success. From a corporate leader's perspective, successful corporate leaders establish clear objectives, a compelling vision for their organization, and guiding their team towards growth and innovation. As far as building a strong culture, Swinney cultivates a team culture based on unity, hard work, and mutual respect. He emphasizes the character development alongside athletic performance. Character and performance. Corporate leaders, effective leaders in the business world, also focus on building a positive organizational culture. They understand that a strong culture is critical to the employee engagement and productivity for productivity as well as retention. So let's talk about talent development. Well, Swinney really invests in his players' personal and professional development, preparing them for success on and off the field. The same corporate business leaders recognize the importance of developing their employees' skills and careers. They invest in training and mentorship programs really to nurture talent. And mentorship is important. I know some people just don't want to deal with it, don't want to do it. And it's easier for people to kind of connect and find their own mentors, but sometimes that's hard. We have some people that are outgoing, some people that are introverts. They don't know how to make connections sometimes. So sometimes in corporate situations, we have to have programs and things that help them to connect. So next, we're going to talk about adaptability and innovation, two very important things, especially in a business environment. But from a sports perspective, Swinney demonstrates the ability to adapt his coaching strategies to match the team's strengths and the changing dynamics of the game at that moment. Now, corporate leaders like Swinney must be adaptable and innovative, especially in rapidly changing industries. They must be open to new ideas and ready to pivot strategies when necessary. I'm going to tell you, as a business leader, I am constantly pivoting. Sometimes I probably pivot too much too soon. But I know that they're a business. I remember when Flowers Bakery out of Thomasville, Georgia, they wouldn't pivot. They wouldn't change. And that became a challenge. The same goes for individuals who don't pivot, don't make those changes, don't go through processes of continuing learning. That becomes many of the challenges they're going to have being able to exit successfully to something else. Focus on results and performance. Swinney emphasizes personal growth. He also strongly focuses on performance and winning. Whereas corporate leaders, they can, that are successful, balance personal development with achieving high key performance indicators and organizational goals. Now, to do many of these things, emotional intelligence, I know you guys have probably heard about emotional intelligence, Daniel Goleman's emotional intelligence. I listen, it's true. As we saw in our research with Swinney, he exhibits high emotional intelligence, understanding and managing his and his players' emotions effectively. The same for corporate leaders who can do this. Emotional intelligence is equally crucial in the corporate world because leaders must navigate complex emotional dynamics in the workplace, showing empathy and understanding for their team. Now, community and stakeholder engagement. Now, a lot of companies will see, corporations especially, are diving down into communities. I did some research this week on another organization, and they were having a hard time embracing or incorporating women and wanted to know how could they embrace or incorporate more women into the organization. And one of the things I pointed out that we saw through our research for them, they were lacking the community involvement, which could help them significantly. And pinpointing the value of their community could also help them in that recruitment process of women leaders. So Swinney engages with the broader community and stakeholders, understanding their role in the team's success, whereas corporate leaders must also engage with various stakeholders, including customers, investors, and the wider community, recognizing their impact on the organization's success. So really, a lot of the similarities underscore the practical leadership principles that are often universal for companies. The skills and qualities that have made Swinney a successful coach can be just as valuable in a corporate setting, highlighting the transferable nature of good leadership practices, guys. Now, I'm just going to mention a few of what I saw from Dabo that is relatable from various, we miss not talking about the various leadership principles. So transformational leadership, Steve Jobs is a transformational leader. So Swinney employs a transformational leadership style, really motivating his team to achieve beyond their personal limits and fostering significant changes in their program. Whereas Steve Jobs was known for his visionary leadership at Apple, he's similarly inspired innovation and pushed his team to achieve groundbreaking results. So let's talk about the player coach leadership style. We see that from Microsoft's leader, Nadella. He, as a CEO of Microsoft, he is known for his inclusive and empathetic leadership style, emphasizing employees' personal and professional development. I think that's great. And then if you look at Swinney, he acts as a player coach, deeply involved in both strategy and execution, while focusing both on their personal growth and their growth as players. So the next leadership characteristic we see there is servant leadership. Clem Blanchard, management expert and author. And Clem Blanchard, he's, again, a prominent advocate of servant leadership. He emphasizes the importance of leaders serving their team first and foremost. That's what we mean by servant leadership. Whereas Swinney exhibits same elements of servant leadership, he prioritizes the growth and development as well as the well-being of his players and the broader community at large. And then we talk about charismatic leadership. So if you think about it, charismatic, servant, and this player-centric leadership are all part of the bigger umbrella of transformational leadership. So charismatic leadership, Richard Branson of Virgin Group. If we think about it from that perspective, Branson is also known for his charismatic leadership, which has been instrumental in building the Virgin brand. Like Swinney, he uses his energy and charisma to motivate and engage his team. Enthusiasm and practical communication skills are central to Swinney's leadership style under the charismatic leadership approach. You think about ethical leadership, Howard Schultz of Starbucks. So Swinney strongly focuses on ethics and character, ensuring his players act with integrity both on and off the field. And Schultz, from a Starbucks perspective, he really emphasized ethical business practices and corporate social responsibility, aligning closely with Swinney's focus on character. And then we have people-oriented leadership, and we think about Pepsi Cola and Andrea at Pepsi at the time, during her time there. She, during her tenure at Pepsi, was known for her people-centric approach, focusing on the welfare and development of her employees, whereas Swinney, he also prioritizes player well-being, focuses on their life skills, academic achievements, and academic success. So if we look at these parallels that we illustrated, how Swinney's leadership traits resonates with those of prominent corporate leaders, his ability to inspire, develop, and ethically guide his team aligns with effective leadership practices across various fields. So if we're applying the gridiron leadership to the boardroom, and let's take a dive into some business scenarios before we close out our segment here. Authentic and relational. That's Dabo Swinney. He's authentic and relational. Company culture and employee relations. If we had a business scenario with that, businesses can improve employee retention and satisfaction by fostering really a genuine connection and family-like atmosphere. This approach is efficient in startups or smaller companies where cohesion and mutual trust are pivotal in navigating challenges. Building champions, drill exercises, and workshops from the gridiron to the boardroom. On Swinney, if you trust falls and circle sharing, doing some of that, mimicking the relational aspects of Swinney's coaching. These exercises emphasize vulnerability and trust among teammates or colleagues. Sharing personal stories in a circle can build a deeper connection and understanding and camaraderie with teams. So that whole trust falls or circle sharing, if you remember some of those games, they could be very instrumental. Checking in, team check-ins and sharing sessions, bi-weekly team check-ins. Some people say, Marilyn, I don't have time for that. That is too much work. Sometimes the employees even say they don't have time for that. I remember when I was managing at the bank, in the area I was managing in, wealth and investment management, a lot of people would say, Marilyn, we're tired of all this work, but once they moved on and grew in their professional levels, those that moved on to other things, I often get back, thank you, because of what you did with us, that helped me. That, even though I complained about it, it was really beneficial, and I know how to discuss what I bring to the table, how I bring it, how to look to make sure I'm doing my very best. I'm self-managing myself and reporting out to the management because of those weekly check-ins. So whether you're managing a team or a corporate setting, guiding a group of educators, or leading a community initiative, the core principles remain the same. Invest in people and success will follow. So Swinney's journey from a walk-on player at Alabama to one of the top coaches in college football emphasizes resilience and determination. In the face of adversity, Swinney's story reminds us that our beginnings do not define our endings, really. It's a powerful message for anyone facing challenges, reinforcing that perseverance and positive mindset can lead to extraordinary outcomes, guys. Swinney's ability to adapt and embrace new strategies is another key takeaway. Adaptability is crucial in the constantly evolving world of sports, business, and technology. Swinney's willingness to develop his game plan and embrace motivation and is a lesson in staying relevant and competitive, really. And finally, let's talk about the impact. Under Swinney's leadership, Clemson has won championships and seen impressive graduation rates, numerous players moving on to successful NFL careers. And this really highlights the crucial aspect of leadership, the ability to create a lasting impact. Swinney's influence extends beyond the game, profoundly affecting the lives of his players and his staff. So what can we as leaders or aspiring leaders learn from Dabo Swinney? It's about more than just tactics and strategies. It's about cultivating a culture of resilience, growth, and adaptability. It's about leading with heart and a genuine commitment to the well-being and development of those under your guidance. So as we reflect on Swinney's approach, let's ask ourselves, how can we apply these principles in our areas of influence? How can we too inspire those around us to reach their fullest potential? So concluding this discussion on Dabo Swinney's leadership style, I want to also speak directly to the women in the audience. Guys, ladies, leadership in sports, business, or other fields often comes with a unique challenge and opportunities, particularly for women. From Swinney's journey, there are key takeaways that can be especially resilient and empowering for female leaders. First, embrace your unique leadership style. Just as Swinney brings his authentic self to his coaching, remember the value of your authentic leadership. Own your strengths, whether you're led by empathy, determination, innovation, or a blend thereof. Next, the importance of building a supportive community must be considered. Swinney's success is not just a result of his efforts. It's also about the culture and the community he fosters. As a woman in leadership, seek out networks and allies who uplift and support you. There's immense power in society, membership, or mentorship and collaboration. Again, there's immense power in society, mentorship, and collaborations. And finally, balance is crucial. Swinney's approach to nurturing his players' personal and professional growth is a reminder of the importance of balance. For many women struggling multiple roles as in our daily reality, strive for a leadership style that accommodates and respects the balance between work and personal life for yourself and those you lead. And to all women listening, your leadership journey is uniquely yours. Remember that. Take these lessons from the world of sports and adapt them to your path. Lead confidently, seek growth, and remember your perspective and skills are invaluable aspects in any leadership role. So this being Thanksgiving week, the close of Thanksgiving week as well, as we close out this week's episode of our podcast, reflecting on Dabo Swinney, leadership and the theme of Thanksgiving, I'd like to leave you with a message that ties together gratitude, high performance, and the lessons we've discussed today. Let's take a moment to appreciate the extraordinary blend of gratitude and high performance we witnessed in Dabo Swinney's journey. His story, guys, reminds us that true success, whether on the football field or in a personal or professional development in our lives, comes from a place of profound gratitude and a deep commitment to the growth and well-being of those around us. As we celebrate this Thanksgiving, let's carry the spirit of thankfulness into every aspect of our lives. May we recognize the blessings in everyday moments, foster the same dedication to excellence as Swinney, and always remember that a grateful heart is the foundation of outstanding leadership. Here's to embracing gratitude as a seasonal sentiment and guiding principle in pursuing high performance and meaningful success. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you all had a wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving filled with joy, gratitude, and company of those who inspire you to be your best. Until next time, keep leading, learning, and approaching your journey in leadership. That's it for tonight. Take care.